Alright, so now we are in unknown territory as Vegeta faces off against, well, also in the story, but also as me reading it, because he's facing off against Rigor. He just transformed, brand new transformation. This thing is completely different than anything that we've seen so far, but at the same time, like, I have not seen anything past this now. This is like the extent of my knowledge for Dragon Ball New Age, so everything here is going to be new, brand new. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I think I was told that this is Vegeta's brother. I think that's what it was from the past, or I've seen it before. So I know this is Vegeta's brother. I just don't know how and what ended up happening. But Vegeta is looking at this. Just the setup of this panel is gorgeous. The background, the swirliness. I love the fact that Malik uses these swirly lines for like just pressure basically, and just a sense of ominous. And then I love that the explanation sound effects, the ones that are coming off these transformations, they flow with the scene. Like, look at the burr go up into the corner, like it's flowing between these two guys. This is like masterful setup when it comes to panels, and in my opinion, like, this is better than sometimes what Toyotaro does. Toyotaro does these things and it almost looks like he just throws them together in the most boring way possible, but this is really cool. So here's Vegeta cementing the fact that Toriyama has read Dragon Ball New Age, and that's where he got the idea for Beast Gohan, because the design, I showed you guys the design. Like, here, if you haven't seen the design, it's right here for Super Saiyan, whatever this is. And the design looks very similar to Beast Gohan. And so Vegeta even says this is a red aura, it's stronger, it looks like a Super Saiyan, but it has red eyes and red aura. Like, what the hell is this? I don't know. What is this, Vegeta? Tell me. You tell me. This guy attacks Vegeta in such a small amount of time with so much force. You know for a fact, especially this guy has been thinking about this conflict for this long. He's been waiting on what move, he's been thinking about what move he's going to use on Vegeta as soon as he sees him. Like, as soon as I get your ass, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, the first move he's doing is he's going to attack Vegeta before Vegeta can even like do anything. And it looks like it's going to be like a punch direct down right into the top of his skull basically. And yeah, he's moving fast. Like, look at these action lines, like they're so dramatic because of how fast he's moving. So fast, in fact, that yeah, Vegeta barely was able to dodge it. He does, but the punch hits the ground, and a masterful, not only a masterful scene set up, as I've already said, like just look at like the impact and the and just the action words and everything. Like, it just flows so well. But like, this attack is so strong. Like, look what it does to the ground. Like, the impact itself looks like a beam came from his fist and exploded the area around him, or that could be part of the attack. Vegeta tries to get a nice little cheeky hook with his knee into his face, but he catches it relatively easily and just kind of throws Vegeta away. And then at that point, they start duking it out in just a classic. I mean, we need this panel. We need a panel like this in something like this, because now they're just duking out in the classic style, fighting each other, trying to you know, get one over on each other. And it looks like, just from the sweat from Vegeta's face, that Vegeta's having a more difficult time facing this opponent than Rigor is. And the explosions, unfortunately for Sapari, are way too much for her to handle. Like, she can't see what's going on. Not because, like, you know, they're moving too fast, which they are, but it's also because of all the smoke and destruction, which is probably the most believable aspect of this, is that if you were like watching even like low-level DBZ fighting, like, you know, and they were fighting out in somewhere in the woods, it would be so much dust and debris, you wouldn't be, unless you had glasses or a helmet or something, you really wouldn't be able to see what the hell is going on. And that's kind of like what I like about this. It keeps it real. Vegeta says something that he probably should not be saying right now because they just started the fight, but he goes, "What are you?" And this guy says judgment and throws Vegeta again. And I mean, the one-liners coming from Rigor in this manga is just, it's just such a great addition to this character, where he is literally have been thinking about this his entire life, and so he definitely has been thinking about these one-liners at least against Vegeta his entire adult life, or his entire childhood, depending on when the horrible event happened. But Vegeta has no idea what the hell this guy's talking about. Like, judgment for what? What the hell did I do to you? Like, I have no idea, no recollection. I don't go to therapy, I don't do nothing. And this guy's like, stop playing dumb, you know what I'm talking about. And again, he starts blowing past Vegeta's attack. Vegeta is literally shooting just a barrage of ki blasts at him, and this dude's flying through all of them. You see them exploding. He's flying. That's how fast he's catching up to Vegeta, that they don't have a lot of breath when it comes to their shots because they're it's right in front of him. Like, this guy's literally right in front of him. But Rigger is done playing games. He's literally just dodging these things, going around them, not really like letting them affect them whatsoever, honestly. And then when he pops up right on top of Vegeta, he just swats him to the ground. Like, he literally is bringing Vegeta back to school. Like, Vegeta really is at a complete loss, especially in speed. Maybe not so much in strength right now because the guy really hasn't been showing how much strength he's got, but he definitely has Vegeta on speed right now. Especially for a big bulky guy, this is like a huge feat. Like, this is not something easy for him to do. And so as soon as Vegeta lands, like, he's very quick on it. He turns around and shoots a beam directly into this dude's face, and you can see like the beam is hurtling straight into Rigger as Rigger is flying at Mach speed trying to get to Vegeta before the beam goes up, but I'm assuming he's gonna swat the shit away too. After this explosion, he doesn't swat it away, obviously. He like swoofs, as the action word here is, swoofs right through it. Like, he just kind of like took it. He's like, whatever, like, you're not strong enough. So this guy is stronger at this level right here than Super Saiyan 4, 110%, because there's no way Vegeta's not using everything he's got against him. He swings at Vegeta, who narrowly misses, stops himself in mid, I guess, dodge, and comes back in at full power right into Rigger's face at Rigger's shock, because Rigger was surprised that Vegeta even dodged the first thing, so he's probably like not expecting Vegeta to come back with a side hook into his face, which is exactly what happens. Vegeta gets him. He finally gets him. This is actually pretty satisfying to see, especially after everything we just saw, where, you know, basically Rigger's playing with Vegeta at this point, but he gets him once, he gets him twice. Like, yeah, he at Super Saiyan 4, he can damage Rigger at this level, but remember, Rigger has either one more transformation or one more power-up left that could actually kill him. So, you know, this is not, there's more to Rigger than just this. and when Vegeta goes back in trying to get him again, this time an uppercut, which, you know, in theory it could knock him out, Rigger catches it and Vegeta's like, oh. And then he gets punched in the face because Rigger's still holding on. As you guys can see on the bottom, he's still holding on to his fist. That's how fast it went. So Vegeta really can't dodge when Rigger's holding right onto him. Like, he really actually has a hold of him, and he gets a nice hit on Vegeta right in his face, right in his dome. And then he backhands Vegeta like, get off me. Get off me, I'm on you. Backhands him all the way, and he goes pop, 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 right into the distance. And Vegeta's like now, you know, struggling a little bit with a little shame, and Rigger kind of digs in a little bit more. He's like, you hit harder when we were kids, which is another great line. He's been thinking about that one for a while. He thought about this one when Vegeta had his boot on his face. That's when he was thinking about this one. And Vegeta lashes out at him like, is this a game to you? And he says, no, by all means, I told you, give me everything you've got, because I want you to know, as I said before, that nothing you do for your survival would have mattered in this situation, which is such a cold, not only a cold line, but a cold way to think about it. Like, what if you told that to your, like, nemesis, like, just give me everything you got, because when I kill you, which I will, you know, I want you to know that you couldn't have done anything to prevent it, so that way you have a peace of mind that you did everything you could. It's like almost giving them a kindness. And I mean, Vegeta doesn't see it that way, obviously, because right now he's going in with, I don't know, that one attack, the really cool one from Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I remember in the Budokai games, Final Shine, or whatever it's called, Final Shine Attack, I believe it's called. It was really cool, so maybe that's the one he's going to use. Oh, shit, yeah, this is it, this is it. He charges it up just like, you know, he would in the game, or he would in the anime, and he strikes him. Final Shine Attack. One of my favorite attacks, to be honest with you. Very underrated attack, but a really cool one from Vegeta. It's almost like he mixed Gallic Gun with like Big Bang Attack kind of in this instance, and did it one-handed. It's a really cool attack. I loved using it in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 all the freaking time, and yeah, I can't wait for Budokai Tenkaichi 4 for it to come back. But in the utmost disrespectful fashion, and this is not surprising me from a character like Rigger, he kicks it. Literally like a football, he kicks it. He kicks that shit like a kickball up into space, like it's like not even like a problem for him. Though, as you see him freaking out here, as you see him powering up, he has to power up to do this. He couldn't have just done that without adding any extra force to it, or reinforcing his own ki, or becoming stronger in the short term. He couldn't have done it without it. He had to do that to be able to kick it up. But kicking your opponent's attack is is nasty business, man. That is nasty business. That is standing on business and kicking business to the side. And as soon as he kicks that attack, it's game over. Everyone knows it's over. It's just done. There's nothing else that can be done. Vegeta's like stupefied now that his ringer of an attack, the one attack that he had that could actually hurt him, got kicked into space, like just completely yeeted. And so, you know, he's surprised about that. And Piccolo and Popo start freaking out, like, go get Goku, go get Goku. They start sounding the Goku alarm to go get Goku, which is awesome. And so yeah, it's over for Vegeta. Vegeta really doesn't have anything else besides this. Like, there's nothing else Vegeta could do against Rigger that's not his best move. And literally everybody feels Vegeta's disgrace here. Trunks can feel his father's disgrace. Goten's not even paying attention to the movie. He's like, what the hell is going on? Next, this girl whose name we don't know yet, who doesn't know anything about movie theaters or how to conduct herself in one or how to dress up for one. But yeah, they're both like, oh yeah, Vegeta's cooked. He's definitely cooked. And Vegeta also knows that he's cooked. He's Thanksgiving turkey right here. He's completely served up to Rigger. He can't do anything against Rigger, but the one little addition I like to this scene right here, even though, you know, Rigger's asking Vegeta how does it feel, is that you can see like the marks, the marks on his cheeks where he did get punched by Vegeta. So Vegeta did a little bit of damage to Rigger, but like in the long term, it's like how much damage could he actually, you know, do if he just kept fighting? But if Rigger says, how does it feel to face a future you cannot change, a fate you cannot outrun? Which is exactly what is going to end up happening here, where Rigger is going to kill Vegeta, which I'm sure Vegeta at this point, if he does lose to Rigger, he would give his life to Rigger as long as he doesn't hurt the planet, because Vegeta could get wished back by one of the Dragon Balls. Something can wish him back. And of course, Rigger's gotta, you know, he's gotta push it in, push the knife slowly in there. How does it feel to know that for all your touted might, that you are completely and utterly powerless? Such a great one-liner guy. One of the best, I think. Rigger says that he has spent his entire life with the weight of not being powerless and not being able to really move on from, and basically haunted. He says this is haunted, which is a huge word, by Vegeta's cruelty about what Vegeta has done, to the point where he can't even sleep. He doesn't remember the last time that he could sleep throughout the entire night. Like, this dude, whatever Vegeta did to this dude, like, at this point now, I'm kind of rooting for Rigger because he must have done something horrible. And Sapari knows all about it. Like, look at her. She's like, she's worried about him. And she knows how hard this is on him. At this point now, Vegeta's like kind of trying to understand where Rigger's coming from. And you can see like the light bulb turns on in his head. And he's like, maybe we don't have to fight. Like, what is it? What happened? What did I do to you? And Rigger's still like confused why Vegeta doesn't know. And he's like, you keep bringing up why we're fighting, but not telling me during the fight. Like, what happened to you? If it's not what happened on planet Palm, then why do you hate me like that? Like, why do you hate me so badly? It's not like I killed your loved one because Sapari's right there. Like, why do you hate me so much? Which it has to be that he killed somebody. And I think that if they're brothers, I think it's something to do with, like, I'm assuming it's the mom. I think it's the mom because it's sounding familiar now. Rigger now is finally realizing that Vegeta really does not remember, like, at all what happened. And so as he's looking at Rigger's looking at his hand, and his hand, you know, goes back to a bloody hand, a much smaller, bloodier hand, because now he's remembering his past. Now he understands. As you can see, little Rigger inside one of the space capsules, he's like, you know, you probably don't remember all the lives you snuffed out in just like a second, like an afterthought. You don't remember these things, but you have to deal with your consequences. This is like literally like the Granola arc on steroids right now. Like, you know how the Granola arc, Vegeta's dealing with his past? Like, this is directly connected to him for a Saiyan that he hurt so badly and really did wrong. Why would her death be any different? And we see a female Saiyan here covered in blood. Her armor's cracked. She's completely surrounded. And Vegeta's like, her who? Her who? Rigger says, decades ago I made a promise to a life that you destroyed, and I'm going to keep that promise. And I love the image on the top here where you see like the shadow on the back of his hand, almost showing that, you know, the blood that was on the other side from when he was recollecting what happened when he was a child. So again, just masterful work here when it comes to this Dragon Ball fan manga. And we see here the image of the female Saiyan. It says the next chapter is past sins. We're going to get into what happened with the past and where we can go from there, basically. But Yeah, I don't think there's any way out unless Goku comes down and talks to Rigger. That's the only way. Like, hey, Goku goes to bat for Rigger, being like, no, he's a good guy. Don't worry, he's great. Like, he's awesome. Or they use the Dragon Balls maybe to wish this girl back. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's Dragon Ball fan manga, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.